Welcome to Life is a Spiritual Soup podcast with your host, Jilliana Raymond. Join me to explore a variety of diverse topics designed to inform, educate, and empower you through your life journey. We can learn much from Native tradition. Native Americans knew about the ancient energy of the land and its sacred vortices. They also knew about the importance of self-reflection held within the sacred space of the medicine wheel. While visiting Sedona, Arizona, I commissioned a Native American elder to lead me to a sacred site on a local Indian reservation called the Shaman's Cave. The journey is not for the average individual. We drove miles through the wilderness, only to hike several miles through the hot desert, climbing through the arroyos to finally reach the mountaintop. Throughout my encounter, the elder taught me about the wisdom in the land. He looked deep into my soul to extract some revealing insight on relationship restrictions and core issues I thought I had already dealt with. He told me of the significance of the medicine wheel. He informed me how individual power is amplified within this sacred space. The following non-conflict protocol was born from the wisdom gleaned from my Native American exploration. There are a few directions to follow in creating your personal sacred space. Nothing negative can enter your sacred space. Within your circle, you can resolve any personal conflict. You can initiate communication with those who have offended you and who you hate. You can initiate communication with those who have offended you and those you have offended. These might include a coworker or boss you are having some difficulty with. You can call in a friend you're having any conflict with. You might call in a romantic partner. You can resolve conflict with a mother or father, a sibling, or extended family relative. You can communicate with loved ones in spirit. You can plan future creative adventures. You can accelerate personal healing and carry on soul-searching communication with your creative source. No one may enter this sacred space unless you have issued a personal invitation. You will be communicating with the higher consciousness of the individuals you have summoned into your sacred circle. If you have multiple concerns with multiple individuals, it may be best to invite one individual at a time to be sure you are totally focused on communication with that individual. You may enter your sacred space as often as you like. The individuals summoned must respond, even if they are reluctant to do so. You will want to note their body language or facial expressions. This will tell you much about the personality and mood of the individual. The individual must remain present until you have dismissed them. You can direct whether you wish to engage in conversation with the individual or if you just need them to You can direct whether you wish to engage in conversation with the individual or if you just need for them to listen. In this case, they may not speak. Once you have completed your communication, you will ask the individual to exit your sacred space. Again, pay attention to the body language as your solicited individual exits your sacred circle. You can anticipate resolution shortly. Your guardians and those guardians of the individual you communicate with will begin to provide insight to both of you. This will ultimately lead to resolution of your conflict. Your sacred space can be anywhere that speaks to you. Determine if your energy is most complemented at the beach, the desert, the forest, or the mountains. You can surround this space with personalized elements that have special meaning for you. My space is a crystal temple in a tropical environment where birds sing and wildlife flourishes. A gentle waterfall tumbles into a nearby pond. This is my spiritual residence when I am not on a physical world. Embellish your visualization with the sights, sounds, and sense of nature. Smell the pine of a forest, hear the gurgling of a creek, hear the birds calling in the forest, and feel a gentle wind caressing your face. If you're at the ocean, smell the salt spray, hear the gulls calling, and listen to the tumbling of waves. When you select your sacred site, you will create a complete circle. This can be done with stones, crystals, pine cones if your location is in the forest, shells if you're at the beach, or flowers if you're in a meadow. Place some organic material around the circle that designates your sacred space. You will be sitting in the center of this space. Create a natural visual object to sit upon in the center of your circle. If you were reading the unabridged book of Discovering Your Mastery, you would note a picture of a forest with a cathedral light streaming through the trees, a labyrinth to assist with personal reflection, and a medicine wheel. Just like the medicine wheel, labyrinths were established to provide inner reflection while walking the path of an intricate pattern. Changing directions could address the 4 directions of spiritual influence: north, south, east, or west. Or it could represent the release of a particularly troubling thought. Entering the center of the labyrinth would reflect completion of the meditative projection, and exiting the labyrinth would symbolize resolution. For this interpretation, I have chosen a forest location to begin the following meditation. Consider who you would like to invite into your sacred space for this exercise. Some simple rules will help you process your connection. You can yell at the individuals who enter your sacred circle. You can get emotional. Tissues highly recommended. You can tell those you invite into your sacred space exactly how you feel and relate to them how much they have hurt you. The idea is to release some suppressed emotion you felt you could not communicate in a physical encounter. To continue your explorative journey, the guidelines and meditation are available on my website. That's www.jillianaraymond.com. Now get ready as we begin to prepare for this meditation. Non-conflict meditation. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Get comfortable and begin to relax. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and blowing any resistance out through your mouth. Take a second deep breath, breathing in life and blowing out resistance. Take a third deep breath, and as you go deeper, blow out any final resistance. You are in a field of daisies. The sun warmly shines down, and there are no clouds in the beautiful blue sky. There is a gentle breeze that moves the daisies to and fro. Up ahead, you notice the forest edge. At the edge of the forest, you notice a path. You feel compelled to explore where this path leads. As you enter the forest, you hear the gurgling brook off to your right. The birds are singing and flying excitedly through the trees. The air is fresh, and there is a gentle breeze that washes over your face. You can smell the pine boughs as the air feels fresher than you can ever recall. As you look further down the path, you notice a bright light shining down from the sky. You continue to follow the path and move closer towards the cathedral light. You notice a clearing where this light has been shining through the forest canopy. There is a perfect ring of stones within this space, and you notice a log in the center that beckons you to come and sit for a while. Something has been troubling you, and you are having conflict with an individual you would like to resolve. If you feel the need, you can call in your spiritual guardians to be present within your sacred space. Once you have settled into your sacred space, you are ready to initiate an invitation to the individual you wish to share in your communication. Your solicitation could begin something like this. I, state your name, invite the Creator of all that is, my spiritual guardians, and the higher soul of, state the name of the individual you wish to call into your circle, to enter my sacred circle. A log now appears on the outer rim of your sacred site. You ask the higher consciousness of the individual you wish to communicate with to join you in your sacred space. You motion for them to take a seat on a log that now appears at the edge. When both of you have settled, you can begin your conversation. I'm going to give you several moments to complete your dialogue, but I will come back to collect you in a few moments. You can begin your communication now. This is where music would be added. Find a place to end your conversation. You now become aware of a bridge that crosses the brook to a path on the other side of the forest. Thank the individual for entering your sacred circle. Motion for the individual to exit your circle. Observe them as they move towards a bridge that crosses the brook. As you watch the individual cross the bridge, you notice them turn, as if to ponder the discussion and potential resolution. You watch as they disappear down the forest path. If you asked your guardians to be present, thank them for coming as well. You feel lighter now as you stand to exit your sacred space. You start down the path you entered in the forest, but stop momentarily to ponder your recent experience and wonder if your sacred circle is still there. As you continue down your path, you note the cathedral light is still shining. The birds are chirping even louder. The gentle breeze again brushes against your face and whistles through the pines, bringing fresh air to your senses. As you reach the forest edge, you look out upon the field of daisies. There is a renewed spring in your step, a youthful feeling of joy and freedom as you find yourself skipping through the field. The sun's warmth bathes you as you contemplate your accomplishment. Take another deep breath in through your nose and release the breath out through your mouth. When you are ready, open your eyes, feeling totally renewed and energized. You can return here anytime you wish. You can resolve countless scenarios in your sacred space. You can receive information from your guides, your family and spirit. You could ask for a raise from an employer, or you could envision your future. Hopefully, you know how powerful this energy tool will be for you. It is amazingly effective. Some discussions may cause you to pause and reflect upon the information you're receiving, but all programs are designed to enliven your daily experiences and inform you of the often invisible forces that surround you on a constant basis. These programs are the culmination of my 30 years of curious research and personal experiences. My discoveries have allowed me to experience an exciting spiritual dimension that I'm hoping more individuals can explore and share in the excitement that has been such a big part of my life. It is the hope of this podcast creator you will enjoy the programming and utilize some of the wisdom presented. Some of the information within programs is proprietary and requires the permission of the presenter. However, feel free to share the general portions with those you feel can benefit from the program. See you next week.